Hi everyone! In this video, we will understand and interpret critical values. David, a pharmaceutical sale analyst, thinks the proportion of pharmacies ordering a new medication is less than the initial estimate of 22%. He finds a test statistic of negative 1.2 and a critical value of negative 1.645. Is there enough evidence to reject the null hypothesis? Let's go ahead and identify the null hypothesis and the alternative first. In the first sentence, David thinks that the proportion is less than. A less than sign goes in the alternative, and we're dealing with proportion, so that P is less than the estimate of 22%, so 0.22. An alternative needs either a less than, greater than, or not equal to sign, which makes, in this case, our proportion is equal to the initial estimate of 0.22. And I think it's much easier to visualize what's going on with the test statistic and the critical value. And so I'm going to go ahead and draw this out. It won't be beautiful, but it'll have to do. We could just compare those, and when you get more familiar with them, you're okay to skip drawing it out if you would like to, but I'm going to go ahead and help us visualize where these fall. We have a less than sign here, which means we are dealing with a left-handed or a left-tailed test. Less than is also smaller, so we're going to be on the left side of our graph. Here we have our proportion equaling the exact amount of 0.22, and again, this puts us over here to test on the left, which is perfect because we were given a critical value of negative 1.645. That means that we are moving 1.645 standard deviations below. So here's our first standard deviation. Here's our second standard deviation. 1.645 is a little beyond 1.5. So I'm going to put our critical value, that looks about 1.5. So here's our cutoff, our critical value at negative 1.645. Now let's go find where our test statistic falls. The test statistic is negative 1.2, so our t-value is 1 and 0.2 standard deviations below the norm, the mean, or the proportion here of 0.22. So this is 1 and 0.2. Let's put it right here. It's not going to be half, so about right here. So our t-value is right here at negative 1.2. So looking at this graph, we can see that our t-value has not exceeded this cutoff right here of negative 1.645. It's not falling beyond this extreme, and it's in our fail to reject area. So we would say that there is not sufficient evidence to reject the null that the proportion is 22%. We have now completed our question that we have discovered if there is or is not enough evidence to reject the null hypothesis, and we're all done.